Hi and welcome to this video. So when I listen to music of aspiring trailer composers, most of the time there is not really an issue with the impact or the sound in general, but there seems to be a problem with the melody, the rhythm, and the developing of that melody and the rhythm. But I have to admit here, melody and rhythm is not really that complex in trailer music. And I just want to remind you again, we are not writing music to impress other composers. We basically write music to sell a movie or to build tension and raise the excitement, for example, during a TV show. So please keep in mind the track we are going to talk about is just an example. I'm not saying that this is the holy grail of how to proceed, but I think it's a good example on how to build melody and rhythm. And for this video, I picked the track Beyond the Stars from my album Chaos Theory. So let's get into this. Okay, so let me just play you the beginning and then we go from there. So this is all you can hear. A melody, a very simple melody in the very beginning that is F, C, and G, and you hear that rhythm ba 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 ba, 3, 4, ba 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 ba. There is not really that much going on, but my goal is to develop this information, the melody and the rhythm, into something that builds upon that basic information. And when I'm talking about that issue with the tracks that I have from aspiring trailer composers, it is most of the time that there are some cool melodies and rhythm happening, and sometimes there is building happening, but most of the time it happens that one part completely develops into something entirely different, and then again develops into something completely different again. And it's a little bit as if you would tell a story about a guy living in the hills at a lake in a wooden hut or something, and then suddenly you move to a volcano in Italy, and suddenly you move to a story about Jupiter and the distance to the sun. You know, these things don't have anything to do with each other. So if you are developing a story about a guy living at the sea in the hills or at a small lake, you just want to build it from there and, you know, spin a story about what is happening over there. Okay, so now let me play you the full track and then let's see how this little melody and that rhythm develops during that track. Okay, so it's pretty obvious, I think, what is happening here. And I say this again and again, but please keep in mind we are not writing music to impress other composers. We're just writing music for people. So you just want to have an easy to understand melody, an easy to understand rhythm. And I think it's very important to repeat these patterns and the melodies that you introduced at some point. Of course, you can break this away. Of course, you can change these. But I think it's just like the red line that is going through the track. And this red line is basically the story you're going to tell. So let's break it down part by part again. Okay, so in the very beginning, as I said before, you just hear the melody, that basic melody, but you just hear one part of the melody, as you have noticed, because the rest of the melody is coming in again here somewhere. So we build that part a little bit more and we just intensify the rhythm. Again, you still don't hear the second half of that melody. You still hear these first notes F, C, A. Now let's check out the next part. The melody is not here, but we just build on the rhythm. So we just created this melody. We let the listener hear this melody in the beginning just once, and then it disappears. It's not there. So we're just creating kind of like a little bit of tension of what is going on here. But at the same time, we are building the rhythm from the beginning. So basically this is the same part twice, but I just on purpose didn't want to do anything on them, but just keep it there by not building further. Just keep it the same for dialogue or something that is happening in the trailer right now. And then it goes into that quieter part here. And this is actually the first time in the track where you can hear the full melody. Just do a little bit of building. Then we have the breakdown of the track, and what happens now is that you can hear the melody in full blast, and also the rhythm is still there, but it changes a little bit, but the basic components are still here. So the rhythm basically developed into something like a halftime groove, but the little accents, the ba 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 ba, is still there. So it's basically kind of evolved from that beginning rhythm, but it's still there in the background. And then also the melody, developed into that full choir, strings, horns melody. And to make it not too boring, I introduced that little, vocal line in the back. And last but not least, after all the big and epic and mighty and heroic parts, we go back to that initial, to these initial 3 notes that reminds the listener to what they heard in the very beginning. Little fun fact, when the album was released, people were speculating about if Nick Phoenix was singing on this track, and this would have been absolutely awesome, but I just have to disappoint you, it was just me. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really looking forward to read and reply to your comments. Just in case, if you like this video, I would be happy if you give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to my channel. I'm actually really excited because I'm really close to 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on my next one. Bye.